Hi, I'm Gene. I'm looking for your help to figure out what I want to do with this cement floor. This floor is in good shape in terms of being a good solid cement slab, but it has had 20 years of outdoor use and it is very rough. The rocks in it are to the upper surface and it's just extremely hard, and it's hard on even rolling something around. As an example, this table, in order to roll it around, it takes a lot of effort and it's chewing up the rubber casters on the bottom of this. If I'm moving this, you can see this is how rough this floor is. It's a very coarse surface. It's really difficult to sweep. You can sit there sweeping this thing for quite a while and then come back and pick up every bit as much the next time. Now, a company called Bridget sent me this utility mat, and that can make a big difference for if you're just working in an area of being able to stand for a long period of time. The mat's great, it's very comfortable, and it is made out of recycled car tires, so I like that about it too. And no matter what I do with the floor, I'm going to still utilize this mat when I'm working at my bench or any area, so that's kind of nice to have. And I'll put a link in the description below for Bridget rubber mats. So I've got 4 different ideas of how to handle the flooring in this, and I want your help. And I'll tell you how you can do this a little later in the video, but first thing, let me show you the 4 different concepts. So my first thought was to maybe resurface this whole floor with concrete or a Sacrete material. So I went to Lowe's and looked up their Sacrete brand that's called Flow Coat. This runs about $33 a bag, and one bag will cover about 17 square feet if you're going about 1/4 inch deep. And I don't know, I may have to go up a little thicker than that just because of the grooves and stuff in this cement. This seems like an ideal way to do this floor, but I gotta be honest with you, it scares me because I don't know a lot about doing it, and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos that are showing a lot of YouTube failures on this, and you kind of only get one chance to get it right, and it's probably the most expensive method I'm using in this. At $33 a bag, plus you'd want to buy some of the primer to prepare the floor before you pour. You'd need like a spreader or a squeegee, probably some shoe spikes. So you're looking at probably $100 in equipment to do this. And then between the materials and the equipment, you're looking between $600 and $1,000 to do this. So giving this a basic rating, the finish is concrete, that's great. It should be really long lasting. The skill level to me is hard. One of the other problems for me would be the dry time would be 24 to 48 hours. And this could be a situation where if I'm moving all of my stuff outside to do this, it's going to take a while. And I know I should have done this before I moved in, but I couldn't wait. And I thought maybe the floor would work fine. Second on my list is Vevor interlocking garage tiles. These are 12-inch by 12-inch garage tiles. They have a kind of a diamond plate style look to the top. They're a gray color, which I like. They have a 5,500 pound capacity. They're about a 1/2 inch thick, and they are made of a polypropylene, and that should hold up really well. And the product runs around $2.50 a square foot. So to do my whole floor on this one, you're looking at right around $540. So the positive, I think it's nice looking. It looks like it's relatively easy to install. There is no floor prep, basically sweep it out and then install these, and there's no dry time. And your cost is right in that range of $250 a square foot. So for my basic 12 by 18 foot, you're looking at $540. So now number 3 on my list is vinyl flooring. Now the positive parts of this is probably the most inexpensive flooring that I would need. It runs between 66 cents a square foot and $1 a square foot. You can get some more expensive, but for the most part, that's the range you're in. The positive parts of this, it's 5 mil thick, and it comes in 12-foot wide width, so we could just one piece do the entire garage floor. So at between 66 cents and $1 a square foot, you're looking at $150 to $216 in the vinyl. Now you would also want to buy a adhesive and roll that on first and then apply your vinyl down. So you're probably looking at another $30 for the adhesive. It's not too bad, and it's your most inexpensive. So the positive things is it's all one piece, so it's very water resistant. You need to glue it down, but the installation should be fairly easy on something like this. This comes with like a 10-year warranty, and you have about a 24-hour dry time once you've put it all down. The negative things that I'm not sure about is how well will this last, and is this thin enough, and then applying it directly on top of this floor, which is kind of rough, will it start kind of mimicking the floor underneath it? That would scare me a little bit. But once again, your overall cost to do this project would be between $200 and $250. So that's a positive. Now, number 4 on my list would be laminate flooring. Now, laminate flooring works great in a lot of applications, and I think it could work here too. It's not as expensive as you would think. In fact, some of this flooring is as little as 99 cents a square foot, and it can go up a lot in price, but basically you're looking at, for me, for this project, I'd be looking at the $1 a square foot or the $2 a square foot material. Now, one of the things to keep in mind with this, you will need an underlayment for it, and that depends on how much you want to spend on that as to giving you the cushion that you might need, or to, in this case, possibly level out any of the bumps in this floor. Now, I think the floor for the most part is pretty level, but it's just very coarse. So you're looking at 99 cents to $2 a square foot, and so to buy enough to cover the shop here, you're looking between $216 and $432. But now the underlaminate the underlayment that you put down on this, you would need at least 2 rolls, because they're generally, I think, about 100 square foot a roll, and they vary in price. So you would be paying for 2 rolls like $40 a roll, $80, or the better quality, which is a thicker mill, that would run $140 for 2 rolls, or in this 2 packages, because it's folded and lays down. I would think probably the more expensive would be a safer way, but you could go a lot of different ways on this. Even the least expensive flooring has a 30-year limited warranty on it and is water resistant, so those are positive. It has a real nice wood look to it. I think that would go nice with the look of the shop, although I'd want to contrast it out and not be repeating this same wall pattern. And it is stiff and would make probably a good surface for a shop, and would be easy to roll my table and equipment around on. It's moderately easy to install. There's no dry time, and the overall cost of doing this project would be somewhere between $300 and $470. So now this is where you come in. I want your comments, and I want your votes, and I want your opinions, and even your ideas on this. Now, I'm going to give you several ways to get a hold of me and tell me what you think would be the best flooring to use. 1, just put it in the comment section down below which one you like. 2, I'll put a community post up where you can click on the flooring you like, and I'll also do an other, and you can put in if you have a different idea. The third way is to email me directly, and you can put your full comment or your idea or suggestions, or just talk to me on this, and I'll put my email address in the description down below as well. So let's quickly go over these 4 ideas. So one would be to do the cement resurface. This is probably the hardest to do. It's going to take up to 48 hours to dry. It's very complicated, and it is the most expensive, but may make one of the nicest floors if it's done right, or maybe one of my biggest disasters. That one's going to run right around $1,000 to do. Number 2 would be the Vevor garage tiles. These are the 12 by 12 tiles. They interlock. They look pretty easy to install. They're a 1/2 inch thick. They're very hard. They can handle up to 5,500 pounds on top of them. And they cost about $2.50 a square, and it's going to cost me about $540 to do it with those. The third is to do a vinyl roll in this. Now the positives are that it's cheap, and it comes in 12-foot wide width, so we could do it in one piece, but it's got its downsides of I'm just not sure if it would hold up as well sitting on top of this rough cement surface. But it would be the cheapest to do, running right around $200. The last one, number 4 on my list, is laminate flooring. Now on that, I've looked at laminate flooring that costs between 99 cents and $1.99. That's fairly inexpensive. This project would run between $300 and $470 depending on the thickness of the underlayment. You guys, I really appreciate your help on this. I look forward to talking to you about this. Give me your ideas, put them in that comment section below, or email me, or put it into the community tab. Either way, I want to know what you guys think I should do, and help me to decide, and we'll get this floor done. Hey, in the meantime, I really want to thank you for watching the channel. Check out the merch store, and I'll see you soon.